So let me tell you about the 4 F's of writing deep and memorable characters. The first F is fears. Everyone fears something. It's a universal and biological certainty. The absence of fear is impossible, otherwise we'd all do things that harm us all the time. So your job as a writer is to establish the main fears that embody your character and who they are, and then use those fears to challenge them at every step of your story. Somehow force them to face their fears and overcome them before the end of the story. And then, if you've done that, you put in place a fundamental building block for creating a great character. Number 2, the second F, is flaws. We all love a flawed character, don't we? Whether it's Katniss or Lyra, we want our heroes to make mistakes, to have inherent flaws which make them make decisions that are understandable, but ultimately to their detriment and make their journey all the more difficult. And for bonus points, if you can, link those flaws to their fears. So link part 2 to part 1. And perhaps they fear being rejected by others because of something in their past. And so their flaw might be a deep mistrust of everyone who has befriended them, or a fear of abandonment because of a childhood experience might make them unable to make any sort of lasting or deep or meaningful friendships. And of course, we must then make sure part of their story journey is to overcome this, to make friends or be forced out of their comfort zone and become close to or trust others. Which leads us on nicely to the third F, which is friends. Every good hero usually has a great sidekick or cast of sidekicks. Friends are where we see the balance of a person and view them through others' eyes. Friends are there to challenge and support our main characters. Friends are also there to provide some light relief or some counter-argument to our main character's logic. They are usually in some way contrasting to our main character to provide the potential room for conflict or disagreement, all of which enhances our story and questions if our heroes are going to be successful with their quest. And that leads us on nicely again to the fourth part, the fourth F, the one that is the force of antagonism against our main character, which is foes. So every great hero needs a great villain or antagonist, often the polar opposite in some regard to our main character. They're often inverted mirror images of our hero and can often share the same background and experiences with our hero and be forced to choose between the road taken by the antagonist or taking the other path. And that's the choice that makes up the heartbeat of our story. Or they can simply be there to provide secondary conflict as our hero chases another goal. Sometimes they are the people closest to our main character, and of course they can also be the main character themselves. How often, for example, have you been your own worst enemy? I hope you've enjoyed those tips, and follow this account if you want many more writing tips in the future.